All right, well, good evening and welcome to Kopernik Observatory. My name is Drew Desker. I'm the director here at Kopernik, and it's great to have you with us here today. Let's see, by show of hands, who's here for the first time? All right, almost everybody. All right, great. Okay, another show of hands. Who here are members? All right, a smaller number. What I'd like to point out is that the people that are members actually have a valuable piece of information. Kopernik belongs to what's called the ASTC, the Association of Science and Technology Centers. It's a consortium of over 380 other science centers that honor each other's memberships. So if you like this kind of place, but also do some traveling, a Kopernik membership can actually be quite valuable because, like for a family membership is $75 currently. But you could go to the Robertson Museum, you could go to the Ithaca Science Center, you could go to the Museum of Science and Technology up in Syracuse, the Franklin Institute down in Philly, the Intrepid Museum down in New York City, all for free using your card. So Kopernik has actually been around for over 50 years. We opened our doors here in 1974. Last year we had a major gala 50-year celebration. And now we're actually looking toward our next 50 years. But we are a public observatory, but we're also a nonprofit. So we aren't connected to any university or corporation. And so it's only through our programs and whatever grants we get that we are able to keep the doors open and pay our employees. So every Friday night we do a public program like this. But right now that school has started, we're starting to actually book our school groups and homeschool groups, where they will come here for curriculum supported programs. During the summer, we have a very extensive summer camp program. This past year, we had almost 210 young students between second grade and high school that came up for week-long hands-on STEM camps. But for me, one of the things I really enjoy are these Friday night programs. It's an opportunity for us to sort of explore how the world, how the universe works. Not everything we talk about up here is always about astronomy. Tonight's program as an example for that. But one of the other things that we've been doing for the last 5 years or so is we have a YouTube channel, and now we live stream all of our programs. So tonight's program is in fact live streamed. But what's also great about it is that you can go to YouTube and type in Kopernik Observatory, and you can actually see 5 years worth of programs, including tonight's program if you want to view it again. So, last week we had a talk on Saturn's rings and why they look like they're disappearing. We've had a talk about what's causing the butterfly decline. There's a talk about the history of Planet X. We had a talk about the Galapagos Islands. We even had a couple of high school robotics teams in here talk about their work, AI. So it's not always about astronomy. Next week is actually our big astronomy festival. It's called AstroFest, and it's a 2-day event. On Friday night, we'll be focusing on the moon. It'll be part of the International Observe the Moon activities. Also, the Friday night, we actually have a Southern Tier native. His name is Gary O'Neill, who is a program manager for NASA at the Kennedy Space Flight Center, talking about the Artemis missions and what to expect with that. Then on Saturday, we'll do some solar observing, have a bunch of different workshops, and then we've actually had people from the Corning Museum, not Corning Museum, but Corning Glassworks, the people who actually make not only your dishes and glasses, but they make high-quality, research-grade mirrors that are used most recently on the Vera Rubin telescope down in Chile, they're just providing extraordinary images. So we'll get to learn about how those mirrors are made and most likely see some of the latest images from them. So, but also along with our Friday night programs, we also do observing sessions. And in fact, last Friday night, actually Saturday morning, Jenny Carty, our live stream astronomer, stayed up very, very, very late and watched the transit of Saturn, of Saturn's moon Titan. So you can actually watch that. But also, I'm going to show you from back in March, there was a lunar eclipse. But again, that also happened at 2 in the morning. So here's a 1 minute, very quick time lapse of the lunar eclipse. Start to see the Earth's shadow start to cover up the moon. Eventually, you'll see the exposure change, so we can actually see the blood moon, as it were. And of course, the world did not end, as is often anticipated every time we see a blood moon. But what's happening here is that you're just basically seeing the long wavelength of light, the red light that's refracting through our atmosphere and continuing on to illuminate the moon. And then it'll flip back to the exposure that we're used to seeing the moon with. And these live stream observing sessions bring in thousands of people. Back a few years ago, we did a lunar eclipse more around 10 o'clock at night, and at one point we had over 25,000 people watching. Anyway, check out our YouTube live stream. It was cool, wasn't it? So, again, every Friday night we try to do a talk on something, some aspect of science and technology, and we're fortunate to have Adam Flint and his team from NEST. That will talk about powering the future and a path to clean energy careers. And we got some people that are pre-career sitting here in the chairs. So,
looking for a job right now?
Well, we're planting some seeds today. Okay. So, Adam, I'm going to pass the mic over to you to get.
Very briefly to me, and then
I'm also going to change the video feed so you can actually see what they're trying to present. So give me a second. And 3, 2, 1. There we go.
Thanks very much, Drew. Good evening, everybody. I'm Adam Flint. I direct clean energy programs at NEST, Network for a Sustainable Tomorrow. I'm actually not going to tell you about NEST because my team is going to tell you about NEST in just a minute. And I just want to introduce Brian, who is our Sustainable Energy Fellow, and our interns, Montserrat, Andrew, and Fatima. They're going to give this presentation, and I will be here for any questions they can't field. And so just to keep this all moving along, I'm going to introduce Brian here, and he can take it away.
Hello, everyone. So like Adam said, we're giving a little bit of a less traditional presentation for Kopernik here tonight. It's all about clean energy careers. And I don't know how many of you are interested in going into a STEM or energy-focused career or have an interest in that area. You have one over here, a couple over here. Okay, great. That's really good to see. Then hopefully we can give you guys something that you can learn tonight, something you can take away to maybe build more of your interest in that area. And I'm going to give it to Mons to tell us a little bit more about what NEST does.
Okay. Hi everyone, I hope you guys had a great day. Okay, so Brian kind of covered a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today. Yeah, so let's get started. Wait, so what is NEST? That's like a big question that a lot of people have because of the acronym, you know. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. It's my first time doing this. I'm so sorry. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. You're so nice to me. Okay, so, I think I skipped it. Okay, so, I'm part of NEST. It stands for A Network for a Sustainable Tomorrow. We are a nonprofit organization that has been working with the community for outreach events and educating the public about sustainability and different programs that New York State offers. I'm sorry again. Yeah, it was. I'm so sorry. And yeah, so Nest is a nonprofit located in Binghamton that works with community partners to generate social and environmental and economical well-being in the greater Binghamton area. And some programs that Nest tackles are Heat Smart Southern Tier, also known as HSST, the Southern Tier Solar Works, STSW, and Binghamton Community Power, BCP. Yeah. Okay, so what do? A lot of people have questions like this. We do a lot of stuff with sustainability and helping people find ways to get incorporated with it. So Heat Smart Southern Tier is one of our biggest programs. It's a community outreach program that promotes energy efficiency and clean heating and cooling technologies, mainly through heat pumps to residents and small businesses. This is mainly because we need to work with homeowners who were allowed to work on the building. Let's say you're a renter, the landlord might not want you to do those stuff, so that's why we mainly work with small businesses and residents. And this program connects participants with vented local installers that help them navigate financial needs. And it focuses on clean energy, increases energy efficiency and affordability. And community solar is a program that was also run through Nest, which many customers can participate in single shared solar energy systems, which basically means if you don't have solar panels for any reason whatsoever, whether that be your roof is unable to handle solar panels, you just can't do it because you're a renter and your landlord says no, you can still apply for this and get, I think it's a 10% credit off your electricity bill. I'm pretty sure it's 10%, or yeah. And if you're in, I don't remember, but you can potentially get 15% if you qualify, if you're located in a region that is allowed for that. Okay, so what do? Another thing we do is a positive news channel. That's what I focus on, is just about spreading positive news. Because sometimes when you turn on the news, there's crazy news going on. I believe one time there was a possibility of World War III coming out, and that scares everyone. So we're a positive news channel, just like spreading cute little fun news that tell you more about the community and share stuff that are funny or good stuff that are happening in the community, because Binghamton deserves to be celebrated. And for EarthFest, it is one of our longest running celebrations of the World, Earth Day. And it does provide information and education needed to the community to make a significant impact in what they can do for helping the world in sustainability practices or any programs that they might be interested that help them. And this is usually a day long, I would say. And it has performances from students, local bands, and anyone else who wants to be part of it, like our partners. We also have our internship, which is the Energy Core internship, which I'm a part of, and my coworker is Adam. Wait, no, I'm sorry, Andrew, and so we're a part of this. I'm pretty sure we have 113 interns so far. So we're still going with the process, and we're not going to stop soon. Okay, during this, we have fall and spring internships and summer. They're usually paid for the summer. That is pending right now, but it's great to know. And this is just to help with the day-to-day operations and get more education on sustainability, because we are interested in that. And we should be interested in saving the world for future generations to have a better life, and so they're not suffering in the future. And it's just a great way to learn and connect with other people in the community, because we do a lot of programs and events that involve tabling, meeting the community, meeting residents, and it's a great way to get involved. It's great. And these are some of our past interns that we had before. And they're doing great. They start careers, amazing careers, and they're amazing. Love them. Okay, so why clean energy? You may be asking that, as many people do, and you might be thinking, how does this impact me? It impacts you a lot, even when you don't think it. Okay, so let's unpack that question by talking about how clean energy is woven into your day-to-day life. So how do you guys start your day mainly? Yes. Your alarm. You're really busy, and I love that. Yeah, okay. You. Okay, that's amazing. Yes. Okay, that's amazing. You're in the back.
So you might want to actually repeat some of the responses.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, so the question was, how do you start your day? I received a lovely routine from 3 people already so far. They get their alarm clock, a busy schedule, wake up their siblings sometimes, go to their grandma's house, and I believe you were still continuing. You were doing your routine. Okay. Go to school. Okay, that's great. None of them eat. Yeah, it's very important to know that her brother takes 30 minutes to get ready every single day. Yeah, don't worry, I got you. And yes. Okay, you walk or drive to school, brush your teeth, you get ready for today, and you have to you fall asleep twice, which is great. I understand that. It's busy. Okay, so a lot of you mentioned waking up. You can use your phone, alarm clock, whatever it be to wake up. You mentioned you take the bus or car. I believe it was car to get to school. You know, that's great. A lot of you brush your teeth. A lot of you take showers, I hope, and use electricity. Many of you guys didn't mention breakfast. That's okay. I understand. You guys are busy. Yeah, you guys are busy. You don't want it. You don't want it. I understand. Yeah. So energy is required to light your rooms, power your toothbrushes and phones, heat your showers, and cook your food and transport to your school. And play on your phone. Yes. Yes. Okay. And what devices do you guys use throughout the day? Yes. Your Chromebook? Okay. On your phone. Okay, that's great. Yes. Your TV. Okay. Okay. You use technology a lot. That's amazing. Yeah. Who doesn't? Yes. The purple tie stash, I think. Okay. Would you like to go now? Yeah. Your Chromebook and calculator. Okay. You both watch TV. Okay. Anyone else? Yes. We'll go with you, then you after. Yes, you. Your smartwatch? Okay. That's amazing. Would you like to go still? A calculator? Okay, that makes sense. Most of you are in school and taking math. Yes. A calculator. No, okay, that's fine. That's a good list. And your home TV. Okay, that's great. Yes. Your Chromebook and your alarm clock. Okay, and smart. Okay. And you might be guessing, what do all these devices have in common? Yes, and they all require electricity to power them, which was amazing. But you need clean energy to do that, just to make the sustainability and make the world better and more healthy. Yes.
Question. Yeah. So the question was, what's the difference between clean energy and dirty energy? Is that right? So the difference lies in where the energy comes from. So clean energy comes from things called renewables. And renewable energy is basically stuff that doesn't pollute the environment, doesn't make it dirtier as we use things. So if you're charging your, what did you say you used? Your Chromebook? What did you say? Your phone. If you're charging your phone, you're using electricity. And what's giving you that electricity? There's many different sources out there that could be doing that. Yeah. Yeah, those are all examples of things that could be giving you electricity. And a lot of those are clean energy. And they're clean energy because they're not putting more things into the environment and contributing to what we call greenhouse gas emissions, things that pollute the environment and lead to more climate change. So, and that causes a lot of problems for the future. Yeah. Nuclear energy is a complicated one. And there's a lot that goes into that. For the purposes of this, I think we're just going to we're going to talk about the other ones more. Thinking about mainly things like solar energy, hydropower, wind energy, things like that. Yeah, dirty energy, most commonly you'd see things like natural gases. Do you know natural gases? Like gasoline, there you go. Yep, coal, things like that. Anything that, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm making your brain hurt. That's not a good thing. Okay. Do you want to keep going?
So he gave an amazing explanation. Yeah. All these devices require energy, and it's better for the world and environment for you to use clean energy sources. Okay. Most of you guys are in school, so what's your after-school routine? Yes. Okay, so you get home, do your homework, go to bed. Your mom wakes you up, you eat dinner, then go to bed again. Okay, that's great. Yes. Okay, go to drama club, go home, go to grandma's, and then annoy your sisters, which I love, and then you go to sleep, right? And then you go to sleep. Until dinner? Okay, that's nice. Then okay. Yes. Okay, so you do activities, do chores, then go to sleep. Right. And take a nap. That's fine. Skip. Alright, that's nice. Hey, yes. Okay, so you go to Scouts, you lay on your bed, and that's amazing. You're busy. Scouts is very busy, I assume. I never been, but I assume it's busy. Kind of. Oh, that's still something. Okay. Yes. Dance, soccer, and Scouts. Okay. Okay. So you do Scouts, dance, and what else? Soccer. Okay, you're really busy. That's good. You're getting every type of exercise. That's amazing. Yes.
It's Mondays. At like 4:15, that's when I get picked up, and then I have to eat dinner and then get ready for Scouts.
Okay, so you do Little League, Scouts, Lego League? Oh, really? They have that? That's amazing. I'm actually really jealous of you right now. I really wanted to do that when I was younger. I couldn't. It was a summer program, but that's amazing. Really? Oh, I'm so sorry. That's so sad. It shouldn't happen. Did you want to go? Yes. Okay, so you play your guitar, play in the shower. Okay, that's nice. That's really good. You play an instrument. So, once again, energy is required for all of these activities, whether it's lighting up your sports field at night, powering your Lego robots, or listening to music, laying in bed, watching TV, anything you can think of. You probably do it with electricity in some shape or form. So, yeah, that completes my section, and I will now pass it on to.
Okay, so without clean energy careers, many things that we take for granted would not be as readily available. For example, there would be less access to lights, to hot showers, Wi-Fi, or even phones, which many of you do use. And there would also be much more air pollution, which is going to be harmful to everyone's health. And in addition, there would also be higher costs for basic services like electricity, which is used to power many things in society today. And that is basically why clean energy careers are so important. Those in this industry help make things that we take for granted safer, more reliable, as well as more affordable. And so clean energy falls within a range of environmental and climate-related fields. So you may be wondering, what is a clean energy career? And it is a career that can be associated with conserving energy, developing alternative energy, reducing emissions, or managing pollution and resources. So regardless of your educational background and work experience, you can still apply your knowledge and skills to a variety of careers in the clean energy field. So, it should be noted that not all clean energy careers involve you being skilled in math or science. you can still work in the industry even if you dislike those subjects. All you will need is a common passion for saving the planet. So regardless of your specialty, you can apply your knowledge and skills to a variety of career paths in the clean energy sector. As you can see, the entry-level clean energy careers we're going to talk about are split into 4 major categories. We have sales and finance, policy planning and consulting, we have green buildings and infrastructure, as well as research, technology, and development. So you can be in charge of stuff like marketing sustainable products, protecting the environment through policy, work as an energy engineer, or conduct research into energy efficiency. And that is just a small handful of many other roles that you can work in. And so I'm going to ask you some questions. So how many different types of jobs do you guys think are related to turning on your lights at home? Yes? Yeah, walking into a dark room at night or something like that. Do we have any like guesses for like how many different jobs there are for things that would keep the lights on in the room? Over here.
Bills. Okay, that's not a job, sorry. Engineer, lighting technician.
Oh yeah, keeping the lights on through a technician job. Over here.
It could also be, so this is what we normally do. Like we normally watch videos like the smart board. Sometimes they keep the light on when we watch the videos. Oh, a number? Like 5.
Okay, so we have 5, we have 587. So it's actually in between those. Any more guesses over here?
I think there's at least 75.
Okay, we're getting closer. 75 over here.
I'm gonna guess 80.
Yes, we're going even closer. So, oh, more guesses? Yeah, here. Yes. So actually, there are almost 90 jobs that are related to making sure your lights turn on. So 51 of those are in energy storage. So they store energy. And there are almost 40 more just to manage that energy. And I know we haven't really talked about this, but riding the bus to school, some buses may be electric. And so for those electric buses, we have many companies that work to promote clean energy for buses. So we have Base Systems, which many of you guys may or may not know. They're an aerospace and defense company, and what you may not know is they're actually responsible for making electric drives for transportation industries. And electric drives are like, they're devices that are powered by electricity, and then that electricity would then turn a motor, which in this case would be making sure the wheels on the bus actually turn. Yes. So then we also have New Flyer, which is a Canadian company, and they're responsible for designing buses that are powered by fuel cells. And what fuel cells are, they're basically a kind of battery. And hydrogen fuel cells specifically, they take hydrogen and then they react with like some oxygen. And basically, you don't get carbon emissions from using fuel cells. The only byproduct or like the only product that you get out of it is electricity, heat, and water. And we also have a third company, QE Solar, and they're responsible for maintenance. So they help maintain the electric infrastructure, like you guys may have seen around like electric vehicle charging stations. So they're responsible for making sure those are up to date and can still work properly. And then we have some stuff that may or may not pertain to you guys, since most of you are very young. So there's like 2 different kinds of skills that employers are looking for. And they're categorized as like hard and soft skills. So the hard skills, they're the skills that you need in order to succeed at your career. And then we have the soft skills, which are the traits that would help you get along with others in the workplace. So there are many different kinds of ways to develop these kinds of skills. You can either go to school, which many of you are doing. You can volunteer, you can intern, or you can complete like certifications online. So as we mentioned before, we at NEST are currently hiring interns, which we will be bring up again at the end of the presentation. So there are definitely job opportunities for high school graduates. You don't need to go to college in order to have a clean energy career. So some of these jobs do require either like a trade school for you to complete certifications or apprenticeships, and others just will train you on the job or have you go through some other training programs. And for those looking to attend university, if you don't want to just go through high school, there are many majors that you can consider. So as you can see, many of these are in the STEM fields. So if you like STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and math, clean energy careers could be the right choice for you. But if you're not a fan of that field, there are still other majors I can choose from, such as journalism or public policy. And now I'm going to hand it off to Farhad, which will talk more about the job boards.
Okay. So job boards can be a great tool to help you guide your job search. They typically offer position listings filtered by things like location and employment type, and a growing number of resources help job seekers navigate things like networking and obtaining certifications. This slide shows a few job boards that can be great places to get started, and we're gonna dive into some more. Right. So it's certainly a lot to think about when it comes to finding a job, and it can be super overwhelming to just go straight into it, into the career exploration process, and especially if you don't know what exactly you want to do. A really helpful tool to help you figure that out is called Focus 2. It's a series of self-assessments to help you identify your personality, values, skills, work interests, and jobs that relate to these. Whatever answers you put down, you can learn a lot more about yourself and the wide variety of careers that are out there with the Focus 2 assessments. Once you figure out more about yourself, you can use this site called ONET to go into a deep dive of different careers. They provide a lot of specific information on what sort of skills and work environments you'd expect for these different kinds of jobs. There's also a section on the website listed sample of reported job titles that's helpful for entering into job search engines. It'll give you alternate titles to search for the same position because every company can call the same position something different. You can also search for these job titles on LinkedIn to network with people who are already currently in these positions. And again, job boards can be a great tool to help you guide your job search. And another one, a few that we have up here, as you can see, Solar Energy Industries Association. You can sign up for alerts for specific searches. New York State Energy Research and Development Authority, NYSERDA. There are weekly job postings through their email list, paid fellowships and internships through NYSERDA. And then just a few more listed up there: Green Jobs Board, LinkedIn, DayJob New York, BPCA, and more. Okay, ClimateBase has a super easy to navigate interface that will help you filter opportunities by sector, location, and organization. If you create a free account with ClimateBase, you can take advantage of the Get Matched feature to find positions that will line up with your experiences and goals. You can also sign up for a weekly email to keep yourself in the loop about upcoming events and new job postings. ClimateBase also offers a fellowship, which is described as a climate career accelerator designed to help ambitious mission-driven professionals supercharge their careers in climate, land their next job, or start their own projects and ventures, and may be helpful in your journey. Climate Change Jobs allows you to search over 30,000 global postings by skill, employer, or tag, and filter opportunities by location with a special distinction for remote positions. The Climate Career tab is a one-step resource with hyperlinks to other helpful websites and posts for upcoming events. You can also sign up to get summaries of open positions sent to your email or on a daily or a weekly basis, depending on what you'd like, for free. And this can be a great way to keep up with any job openings on your radar. Green Jobs List is known as the premier newsletter for impact seekers. On this platform, opportunities are filtered by location and different organizations, and internships are spotlighted on each issue. This newsletter can be really nice because it does the work for you. All you have to do is just read through it once it's given to you every week. Young Professionals in Energy is also another great resource for getting connected to job opportunities in the clean energy industry. The job board allows you to browse opportunities by location and by specific keywords. To best use this platform, you're going to need to create a free account, and doing so will give you access to resume support and networking opportunities in regional hubs. So if you're looking for face-to-face conversation opportunities, you might be able to find them for free. These platforms that we just discussed are pretty general and show job postings from multiple environments and sustainably oriented sectors. Dayaway is a little different. It zooms more specifically into entry-level clean energy careers for interning or graduating college students, and organizes opportunities by degree, major, and industry. Dayaway is a great tool for college students to kind of discern what type of work that they might be qualified with their college degree. And to all Binghamton University students, if there are any online with us today, take advantage of the institutional resources available to you. The LinkedIn alumni tool is easy to use and allows you to find alumni whose careers align with your goals. I would know because I was actually using it today to find jobs. I know, scary. Mentor Match is also another tool offered through the Fleischman Center that can provide you with guidance and support from alumni in the field that you like to join. Both of these tools are easy ways to expand your personal network in a valuable way. And again, networking can be the key to gaining a successful job. I'm going to pass it over to Brian.
Thank you. So I'll just round it out here real quick. Like Farhad said, job hunting can be a very intimidating process, but there are a lot of different ways that you can succeed at it. It's good to stay in touch with people. So at school, when you meet people in your classes, it's always good to, be nice to them, say hi to them. You can always get something from that for yourself and for them. And there are a lot of other things that you can do. You can talk to your teachers, see what they have to say about clean energy, about science, really about anything in that breadth, and they can help you to learn more about all of this stuff, and a few other things as well. So that's most of what we have today on Clean Energy Careers. We are going to be at an event next week. It's the Johnson City Utility Clinic, and it's going to be from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Wednesday, basically just to help people with their utilities, know what resources are available for them. So if anyone wants to stop by, we'd be happy to talk to you. And I'm sure many of the other organizations that will be there would be happy to talk to you too. We're also hiring interns, like we said. I don't know how many of you want to be interns for Nest right now, but we are looking. So if you want to, then shoot your shot into it. And that's it. Thank you. These are our social medias if you want to follow us to learn more about what we do. And we appreciate everyone sitting here with us tonight to learn about us. So thanks.
So in case you didn't guess, we actually didn't know that the age range of the audience was going to be so wide. And so I want to give, yeah, we've been here before, but this is definitely the most diverse age group. So I just would love to hear from some of our younger audience members. Ask me anything. Don't think too much. Oh, I know, trust me, I have kids. Oh, come on. It's green. I was thinking maybe something to do with, energy and stuff, but it's green. I like a nice deep forest green. Yes. Ah, okay. On one level, yes. So remember when I'm forgetting which of our interns said this. I am not a scientist and I'm not an engineer. So if you wanted me to explain exactly how photovoltaic cells take the sun's rays and turn them into electricity, I probably won't satisfy you that much. But what happens is there are rays that come from the sun, right, at a certain frequency. And these solar panels are designed so that they absorb this energy from the sun. They convert that energy into electricity, and then it goes into something called an inverter that turns it from direct current to alternating current. And from there, it goes into the electricity system, into the distribution grid. And from there, it goes to a place where it might get used. So let's just say you have a solar panel on your house, on your roof. That's going to be used in your house first. And then whatever's left over is going to go out on the line to the pole and get used by your neighbors, the nearest load, as it's called. So all those things we saw there, from an electricity perspective, you can call them loads. In other words, they draw energy. But if you have a solar project that's far, far away from you, that solar energy is just going to go to the nearest load. It's not necessarily going to go all the way to you. So you can think about the energy system sort of like a river system or a highway system. You have generation that travels down to where it eventually gets used, and that's sort of our traditional system. But our new system is distributed, right? You can actually have solar here, there, and everywhere, not just far, far away. Now, I don't know if I satisfied you with that answer. Oh, good. Good. What else? Yes. The question is, how did I decide that I wanted to do this? The short version is, I didn't originally decide that I wanted to do this at all. No. Here's the point. You may think you know what you want to do now, at the age you are now. And then when you're maybe their age, there might be something else you want to do, and you'll go do that. And then you'll say, maybe I want to do this other thing. And maybe you do. The point is, you never know where you're going to end up, right? You might have a passion. Let's say you want to be an astronaut. You'd be one of those few people as a kid who actually go and do that thing. But maybe you start out like, I wanted to be a solar physicist. Then I discovered two things. I don't like math, and I don't like physics. That didn't work out very well, but I did have a passion for clean energy. But what did I do first? I became a sociology professor. Doesn't have a lot directly to do with clean energy, does it? But I ended up learning how to learn. And learning how to learn. So let's say that you know how to do something very well. Who knows how to do something very well? Give me the thing. You, yes. You know how to play softball very well. So you learn how to play a sport. Do you think that by learning how to play one sport, you might have an advantage learning then another sport? Yeah? Why? Exactly. There are some very good. There are some physical skills that you might learn, right? Running, for example, right? Many sports involve running. We laugh, but it's something that all humans can do for the most part, but in order to do it for a sport, there are some specialized things you need to do. It's the same with learning other things. If you can take a subject and master that subject, let's say you are a great athlete or you're a great musician. That requires you to do what? Practice, work hard, take advice, understanding that when you fail, that's a learning experience, right? Because you're never going to, obviously none of us are born to be perfect at anything. So in order to learn, we're going to fail. That's how it goes. And so once you know how to do that once, you can actually take that and go ahead and do it in other ways, right? If you learn how to be disciplined, to do the work that needs to be done, to communicate well with people, respect other people, be organized, all these kinds of things. So I learned how to learn. And I learned how to learn in one career, and for various reasons, I moved over to this other career. Why do I do this? Excuse me. I like this job for a number of different reasons. One is I get to work with young people. I used to be a college professor. I worked with young people as a college professor. Now I work with them as a supervisor for interns. I also feel like this makes a difference to the world. I like having my work have some meaning beyond I'm making money, going to work, whatever. It's also new every day, right? I have different things I do every day. And can anyone guess how many hours of formal training I have for my job? Yeah, none. Zero. In other words, I have not taken a single class in clean energy finance, in power engineering, in nonprofit management, in supervising, in policy. I do all these things. And the reason I can do all these things is because I learned how to learn. So right now, there's something that you have in your head, or maybe some things that think, well, when I'm grown up, I'll do the thing. And maybe you will. But I think the most important thing to understand is you should do something that is meaningful to you. Okay? I don't know if that answer satisfied you, but that's the one I have. Anything else? Yes? I don't have one. Yes. Oh, no. Sociologists, the discipline of sociology is the least disciplined discipline of them. That is, sociologists do a great many things, but probably what unifies the discipline is we study how human beings interrelate in their groups, right? So how do peers, people the same age, interrelate? People from the same culture, people from the same background, or from different backgrounds? Group dynamics, right? Do you ever find that when you're with a whole bunch of different scouts, there's sometimes some ways that you relate with other people that sometimes, you wish it was a little bit smoother, and that could be studied based on the interactions of just a few people. Or you could look at the interactions of very large groups of people. So that's kind of the one basic thing, but there are sociologists that study crime, that study the family, that study politics. So it's complicated. You like crime? Well, I like detective novels. Maybe that's what you meant. Yes, okay. What else? Any other questions? Ooh, yes. Yeah, so, you would think that I could give you one really, like this is the answer. Unfortunately, the geography of the state of New York has various definitions. The definition that we typically use involves Steuben, Schuyler, Chemung, Tompkins, Broome, Tioga, Shenango, and Delaware counties. And you say right away, wait a minute, Tompkins? Finger Lakes. Well, it's part of the Finger Lakes. But that's the most common New York State institutional definition of the Southern Tier. And properly speaking, why is it called the Southern Tier? This is the easy part. It's the southernmost part up against Pennsylvania. And the northern tier of Pennsylvania and the southern tier of New York are neighbors, yes. So, yes, Cortland County is with central New York. Oh, come on.
But they still have sun in central New York, right?
Yes. By no, I don't have a personal relationship with Bill Nye. Obviously, as one of the most famous science educators in the English language, I know who he is. There's an example of a career, right? So Bill Nye, the science guy, knows a lot of science. But Bill Nye, the science guy, is not effective because he sits in a lab and discovers things, which is important. He's not important because he's an engineer and he goes out and takes that science and builds stuff. Why is Bill Nye important? Why have we heard of Bill Nye? Why do we care about Bill Nye? Yeah. He's famous, right? But why is Bill Nye famous? Yes. Yeah, but different people to learn. Yes.
He's a great. He's a great science communicator.
Thank you, Director.
So
yes.
actually, what I want to say is that if you have some additional questions, Adam,
I think we've gone over time a little bit. The hook is here.
But I also want to make sure that we get outside while there's the clouds disappeared for us.
Oh,
so
we got to do clear skies.
We saw the Milky Way out there. Saturn is up. And
all right.
So we want to make sure that you catch that as well.
Let's get out to the telescopes. If anybody wants to talk more about these things with us, we'll stick around. Thank you very much. Thanks,
Adam.
Drew.
Thank you, team.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
team.
Next week is our AstroFest 2-day astronomy festival.
AstroFest next week. Be there.